Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Highrise Mogul. I hope you're having a good one because I am excited to be back, and I'm excited to talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. But before we get into that, I just want to respond to some of the comments that I've seen on the first 2 episodes of this series, which have all been saying that I need to put doors on the front of my offices, my stores, on the staff rooms, the toilets, and I would love to do that. I really would. I think it would be fantastic, but I can't. The game doesn't let you place doors anywhere but on the exterior of the building like this. So as it stands, I can't do that. I can't place doors on the front of the grocery store or the offices or any of that stuff. I would like to, but I just can't. Now, I have no idea if this game is in early access, and I probably should go check. I'm being a little bit lazy, I'm not gonna lie, but in my defense, my sleep schedule this last couple of weeks has been just ridiculous. This last week especially, I don't know what's up with me, but I'm sleeping way too long. It doesn't matter if I'm sleeping at normal times. I'm on this medication that does make me a little bit sleepy. It's just, I'm lazy, okay? I'm lazy, I'm chilling, I'm enjoying this game, and I'm gonna continue to do so, even if I can't place doors on my offices. Now, what I wanna do today is I want to start working on the next building. I mentioned in the last episode that this building right here was essentially going to act as a battery, and I didn't explain what that was because I assume everyone watching this channel knows what a battery is in the gameplay sense of something like the city's skylines. But for those of you that don't, essentially this building is generating a whole bunch of money. At the moment, it's doing 53,000 per month. And what that means is it will continue to generate that money, and I can use that to essentially finance and build another building. In the case of Cities Skylines, you build a bunch of stuff that makes money, and you use that to finance whatever else you're wanting to build. So it's a battery because it gives you the ability or power to do the thing. That's why I call it a battery. So today we're going to get started on the new building. And I have a bit of a weird idea for this, and I've been toying around with this idea for the last couple of hours. I say last couple of hours, I've been asleep for the last couple of hours. I was toying around with the idea before I went to sleep, which is that this ground floor, as I've said before, is going to be largely made up of services. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some grass around this. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put some paths around this and just get everything nicely connected up, just like so. And then this right here, if I'm not mistaken, is 34 across, I think. So if we just measure, I think it's 18 by 34. So the midpoint on this is 17, which is right there. So I want to do this just to mark that out. And then what I want to do is demolish right across there, and I want to go to the other side and do exactly the same thing, because my thinking is this is going to be the main, and I feel like I've done that, I have done it wrong. There's supposed to be an extra bit out there and an extra bit out there, so that should now be central. And essentially my thinking here is that we're going to have some grass filling up this space right here. We're going to have some grass filling up this space on this side as well. We're going to get some pavement. We're going to go there. We're going to go, let's say, there and there. We can do exactly the same thing on this side as well. And these are essentially going to act as 2 entrances to the tower for 2 very different purposes. On this side, we're basically going to build a big sort of cinema. Is my thinking, and this side is going to be a lobby that gives you access to the upper parts of the tower, where we're going to have storage and offices and apartments, research and development, etc, etc. I'm not going to be building all of that today because I don't want to get too carried away with things. I don't want to build everything in one go and have it fail miserably. But what I am going to do is at least get some fancy aspects done down here. So I want a revolving door, and I want one on that side as well. And we're going to do these two little regular doors for improved accessibility, because that is usually the case on buildings like this, especially hotels. They'll usually have a nice fancy revolving door, but then something like wheelchair accessible doors on either side, which I think, you know, I kind of want to do that. So that's what we're going for. We're also going to do this with some of the windows. This is essentially going to be a pattern that's going to go across the entire building. So we'll just get these guys there and there. And that looks pretty solid. What we can also do is just clear windows off the front of the building right here, because I'm going to have to do all of these windows manually. So I might as well clear every single one of them out. And I think my biggest feature request in this game right now would be the ability to click and drag some windows across these walls. But since I can't do that, I'm just going to have to manually click for every single one of them. But thankfully, it's relatively easy to do that. So there we go. Let's also go ahead and match up the windows on this side as well. So we want that guy going that way, and there and there. We want this guy going there, there, and there. And then we do going down there, we do going down there, and that should be all of our windows. And that looks pretty good. And like I said, this is going to essentially be a lobby at the back here. And then this is going to be access to, like I said, sort of a cinema looking space is what this is going to be. Because I think when I build all of this, we're going to have pretty good PR. So a lot of people are going to want to come to the tower and do their things. So that's kind of the idea. But that's not all I'm going to be doing. My idea, my plan is that every service on this lower floor is only going to be accessible from the outside of the building. This is essentially going to be like shop fronts is what I'm thinking. So if we go into hallways and I say, you know, this right here is the lobby for the cinema. And then maybe we do like a little extra bit there, and that's where the elevators can go. I want to bring this just around here, and I want to go sort of this way with it, and I want to go sort of this way with it, which it's a lot of space that we're taking up right now, but that's okay, because my thinking here, actually, my thinking is we'll make these hallways just a little bit bigger, and then if we go into services and go to cinema, we can say 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it's a lot of space being taken up by that, but honestly, that's all right. That's fine. We could take up a little bit less space with them, but to be completely honest, I don't think we need to worry too much about that. What we will do though is just get a hallway right at the back of the building as well, which can go to about there. And what we can also do is extend it here as well. So in terms of elevators, we're going to have these elevators here and here, but also here and here. And the reason for that is that within this cinema, I like the idea of letting people sort of go upstairs into some cafe spaces, or maybe a bowling alley could go up above the cinema. Although I feel like the bowling alleys should be downstairs, then the cinemas could be upstairs. In terms of noise, I feel like the bowling alleys, well, they're both going to have noise, but I feel like the bowling alleys being above the cinema might be a bad idea. But maybe we try it out. Maybe we see what happens. So let's build a floor up here, and let's just see what we can do. And I'm thinking that I'm going to limit myself to 2 floors today. I want to get these guys as nicely detailed as I can possibly get them. So if we go ahead and do this, we could comfortably get 4 bowling alleys up here. If I was to go and do something like this and something like this, I could very easily do that and that, and then flip it and do the same on the other side. And I actually kind of like that. I do kind of like that. And if I really wanted to, I could do some cafes up here as well. So if I was to go into hallways and I demolish this, I could say 3 cafes go right across here, which I don't think that would look terrible, but I don't know if I want to do, cafes right in the middle there. And there's not really much else that would make sense. I mean, a grocery store would fit, but it would be kind of silly since this is, essentially this is like an entertainment complex, right? You know the way you go to like a cinema, like a big cinema chain, and they have multiple screens and they'll have like a cafe, and there's one that I know of not too far from me that has got like bowling alleys and it has like an arcade area and stuff like that. I'm kind of building that. That's what I imagine this being in my head anyway. So what if we did a hallway right there and a hallway right there, and maybe that's where we go ahead and put the cafe. So it could go, say, there. And I guess what we could actually do is communal toilets on the other side. I don't think that would be the end of the world, but I also kind of like the idea of 2 cafes just to get more people coming upstairs, you know? So I think that's kind of what we'll do there. And for the communal toilets, what if we just went utilities and, well, hallways first, did this, and then the toilets just go there. I think that's all right. I think that's fine. And what we could even do is go to power poles. And I think we are going to need to do this anyway. So let me go and remove some hallways down here. So remove these guys and these guys. We'll go back into power. We'll do a power pole there. We can do one there. And we can do some capacity stuff. So some circuit breakers just in, well, we can't do them over there, but that's okay. We can do them down here. And that looks a little silly, looks a little weird having it in the lobby, but it is going to give us that bit of power that we're going to need. So I'm kind of okay with it. So that gives us a power connection across both floors. And I actually kind of wonder if that's going to give us enough power to get this thing running, because the game is running, the simulation's running at the moment. So might as well give this a shot and see what happens. We'll connect these just straight across there and straight across there. We can connect you guys together, running this straight to there and straight to not. Oh, I don't want to do that. I need to get rid of that one. So that goes away. This guy runs into the 2 bowling alleys, and we don't have enough power. So I have to wonder if I was to connect this straight across, would that give us enough? I'm actually not 100% sure. So what I'm going to do is just run this sort of down there. We'll run it straight through to the other building, which now doesn't have enough power. That's okay. We'll run it to there as well. Run it straight across and to the other building as well. And let's have a look at this. So we have a draw of 105. We have a capacity of 90. Okay. That's okay. What I can do is throw a couple of circuit breakers on that side, and that's all right. In fact, we can go one better than that. And we could potentially throw a hallway here and here. And then either side of that, we'll just throw a pair of circuit breakers and a pair of circuit breakers. We can get those connected. And that should, in theory, and it has absolutely, given us a good power setup. So all of this is now running, which is fantastic. All of this is up and running. We should have some people coming in here. We'll have them go to the cinemas. We'll have them go to the cafes and the bowling alleys. And our PR is 518. And we have a whole bunch of money. So in theory, we're going to see a lot of people coming in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to outdoor, and I'm going to try and put some stuff here to make this look a little bit more decorative. So in terms of plants, we have these flower beds that I think look pretty good. So let's go with a nice sort of red by the windows there. And let's go for yellow right about there. And I think that looks okay. I'm hoping that's going to stop people from walking in the grass, because that is what they're doing right now. But that is a good number of people coming around here. That's a lot of people coming around. So let's go to transport, and let's see what we can do in terms of things like bus stops. So we'll go for here. We'll go for here. And we can maybe do some taxi drop-offs just sort of next to the bus stops as well. And that's going to let people get into the building. They are walking over the grass at the minute, but if I speed things up, It looks like they're starting to adapt. Yeah, so they are going around the plants. That's okay. So that's good. There's people coming in. They're going to the cafes. They're going bowling. They're going to see the cinema. That's good. That's what we want. That's sort of step one of the new building. So let's start putting more stuff in here. In fact, let me maybe do some stuff with the windows first, just to make this look a little bit better. So my thinking would be, I guess, that guy there, and then this one would go up right about there. And it looks like we can get a really nice pattern going, which is fantastic. So this one, or rather this one, wait, what way do I do this? So it goes up right there, and I want to say there as well. And then we just need these guys here and here and here. Is that right? That is right. Okay. So we got some symmetry, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's go back into plants. Let's get the yellow ones in front of the windows. And I'll put some trees in the bits where there are no plants. So we'll go for like a juniper, which I think looks really good, actually. That's a nice little bit of detail right there. It makes it look a little bit brighter, a little bit more appealing, a little bit nicer, which is exactly what we want. So we have that. We have our entertainment space. Let's try, let's try getting some, I guess, what do we want to go for next? I like the idea of getting some gyms in here. And we have got a bit of space where we could do it over on this side, but I'm thinking what I actually need to do is sort out the windows first. So I'm thinking that each of the corners on this place should have a whole bunch of windows like this. So there's three there, it meets in the corner. I think that looks fine. I'm thinking what we do is sort of the same thing here. So that way we can kind of measure things out, because I'm not necessarily going to be super symmetrical with the buildings that are going to be inside of this, the services that are going to be inside of this. I'm not going to be crazy symmetrical with those, but I am going to try and be symmetrical with where the doors go, because I think that's going to just look a little bit better. So I think that's going to sort of be the plan, and I'm going to try and just surround this entire thing in trees and plants and all that stuff. And I'm thinking for the corners, we could go for these violet plants, and maybe even not bother with one in the corner and instead go for maybe a mini spruce tree. Oh no, I don't like that. We'll stick with the juniper. I think that looks good though. So let's get a juniper there. And we'll get some violet flowers just around that corner. And that looks all right. That looks pretty decent to me. It is keeping people on the sidewalk. The place is filthy, but it's keeping people on the sidewalk, and that's kind of what we want. So let's figure out what we're going to do. I feel like this right here is going to be a good spot for a door. So let's go back into ground. Let's get some pavement rather. That's absolutely not what I wanted. That needs to go. So pavement, concrete there. And we'll do the same over on the other side as well. So this is going to be a little door on that side too, with, I suppose, a little juniper on the other side as well. So this will be a little single door, and that's okay. That's going to work just as well as any other door. We're not here to judge. We'll put one there. We'll put one there. And now I need to figure out what's going inside. And I'm still thinking that the gym could go down here, and I'm thinking we can do one. Oh, this is perfect, actually. Okay. So let's do a little hallway across here. And if it's 9 across like that, what we can do is go to services, go to gym, and go 1, 2, 3. And that works perfectly. That's exactly what we want, because I can go back into swap the walls out, and then the windows actually work perfectly for the gyms right there. So that's good. Let's get some power into those guys and get them working. And that's going to be more services for the building. We're keeping the symmetry on the outside. We got plenty of windows on the front of these guys as well. And I guess that means, ooh, I don't know how well the symmetry is going to work from this back corner though. So let's try and figure that out. We do this. We do this. We leave a gap of 3. Oh, this is going to work really well. Oh, this works fantastically. Look at that. So then I guess this is going to be another little single door right here. And that's actually fine by me. That works amazingly well. There we go. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. So little single door is going to go right there. We're going to have some junipers on either side. And we just need to throw the little door right there. Oh, we have a fire. Hold on a second. I'm going to keep the game paused for a second because I'm going to need to deal with that fire. And I think I know how I'm going to need to deal with that. But I want to do my walls first. So we start with you and we go there. And then we do this guy, and we do this one. And that looks fine. Wait, that's not symmetrical at all. Wait, what have I done here? So it goes down to the bottom, down to the bottom, down. Oh, I did these wrong over here. Interesting. So that was 100% on me. That would have been bad. That would have annoyed me if I went and did the entire building and the entire pattern was wrong. So this guy is in the corner and there as well. And then these guys, wait, what way have I done this? Is it like that? Yeah, down in the corner. Okay. So that's fine. I think that's the pattern that we're looking for. I'm pretty sure. Yep, so that's fine. That's absolutely perfect. All right. So that gives us the pattern we're looking for. Let me have a look at this fire though. What is on fire? Where is my fire? Has it been put out already? It might have been. Oh no, it hasn't. It's right there. Okay. Well, the good news is we have a couple of firefighters on the way, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into staff. I'm going to go and I don't know how many we have, but I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more janitors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more firefighters, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more engineers, because we have got a lot of things now and they're going to be spread out over a larger area. So I think to be safe, you know, having more of everything is going to be for the best. Now, I kind of want to finish my pattern with the windows here. So let's just try and get that done nice and quickly. So down in the corners, which it absolutely does. This guy here and here. Then something like this. And what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what if we did just a little pattern, say, right in the middle there? And we leave those gaps. I think that looks fine. But it's not quite the right pattern, is it? Yeah, that's not right at all, actually. Okay. So those get flipped around. You go there, so it's top to bottom. Yeah, that's symmetrical now. Okay. This has actually turned out really nicely. I'm really quite pleased with this. So let's see what we can put in those spaces, because we still need a grocery store, and I still think it probably needs to go on the lower floor here. So what if we were to do, well, we could do a grocery store right there. It doesn't really need a huge hallway in front of it. I'm kind of tempted to try and get maybe 2 grocery stores here, but I think maybe the one is going to be all right, unless I was to do, I don't know, this and then one there. But that's going to take up, yeah, that's going to take up way too much space, I think. So let's just go to hallways. Let's just do this. Let's go ahead and put some pavement down right here. We'll get some doors, which will be these little small doors there. And I guess that's fine. I guess maybe both sides, maybe we act as though these are 2 different grocery store chains. So this is like a Tesco Direct, and then this is like an Asda. Is it Tesco Direct? No, it's Tesco Express, and then this is like an Asda Direct. Do Asda have small stores in the UK? I actually don't remember. I should know that, but I know Sainsbury's do. So this is like this is like one of the little Sainsbury's, and then the other one is like a little Tesco's or something like that. And for those of you that don't know those supermarket chains, tiny Walmart, tiny Target. It's not really a compare. It's basically they're both tiny Walmarts or something. I don't know. I don't really know US supermarket chains either, so you're gonna have to live with it. I have no idea what I'm really talking about, to be honest. But I think this is fine right here. We'll kind of throw those guys right in there. And what I'm also wanting to do here is I want to throw a hallway. What can I do down here? What can I do in this space? That's the real question, because what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a hallway around like this, and I'm going to try and put some staff rooms back there, and maybe some communal toilets as well. We'll put some, capacity stuff down that hole as well. In fact, we can do this, and we can do this, and we can turn these guys around. So if those all get deleted, we can throw some circuit breakers this way, so they're not facing out into the lobby or anything like that. And if we go to power lines, we can just bring some power lines straight down there and straight up there. And that looks decent to me. In terms of utility, we'll do a staff lounge there and there. But I think getting more of these is going to be a pretty good idea. So if we do a hallway there and do a hallway there, we can throw another lounge and another lounge there. And that's going to be good for staff. Okay. Slight change of plan. Get rid of you. We are going to push a hallway through this way. And we're going to get rid of this bit. So that bit right there needs to go. Annoyingly, but we're going to have to do it. So that bit needs to go. And the same over here, because we don't want these connecting the way I've got them connecting there. We want to make sure that they're all sort of independent of each other. So maybe this could also be a staff lounge. It's a little bit annoying that it's going to be right in the middle of everything, but I think that's okay. It's going to give us plenty of space for staff to kind of chill, do their thing, and, have easy access to the rest of the tower. So that's not too bad. That's a decent little start. What are we missing though? So communal toilets for one, we could do with more of those. We could put them there, and we could put them over here as well. But in terms of services, we have got some cafes upstairs. We have got some bowling alleys. We do have some gyms. We don't have any of the antique boutiques though. And I do like these things. I do like these. So, I mean, we could put one sort of down there. In fact, that's maybe not a bad idea. What if we go ahead and we say, let's do a little hallway right there. We'll do a little hallway right there. And we could throw a little antique boutique. Oh, wait, we can't do it right there. Well, actually, we don't need to, now that I look at it. That bit of hallway in there can go. We could throw a circuit breaker in the back there. And we could throw another little antique boutique right in there. So it's all sort of treated like one shop. Oh, it's connected to the gym though. That's frustrating. That's a little frustrating, but actually, I guess what we would also do is demolish that bit. And maybe that's another circuit breaker. So it can kind of go there. It's a bit of a weird place for it, but it does keep things separated. And that's fine. I actually kind of like that. And then we have this weird corner down here, and I don't know what to do with it. We don't really have anything we could do with it. Well, I say that. We could actually get a gym right there. And I'm slightly tempted to do it because it fills that space perfectly. It's not exactly ideal having it connected to the supermarket, but it does fill the space perfectly. So we're going to go with that. And then we have over here, we have this side of things. I don't know what to do with this. I mean, grocery store doesn't really fit. Bowling alley sort of does fit. What if we just did a couple of, cafes right in this corner? So we just have that. And I think that's fine, to be honest. I think that's okay. We could maybe do a couple of antique boutiques opposite as well. It's maybe a bit weird to have those all connected together, but it's an option. We could do 3 of them across there. Actually, yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Hold on, we're gonna do this right here, that right there, and this entire space is gonna be a ridiculous number. Well, actually, communal toilet, and then we'll do antiques there, and there. Oh, but it connects to the cafes. Oh, you know what? I don't care. I don't care on this side of things. This side's just going to be a weird little space. And I think that's all right. So that looks decent to me. That looks fine. Let's get the doors on it. And let's get the power through there. And we can hopefully go ahead and get this all up and running. And hopefully it's going to, well, hopefully it's going to do some good for us. So that through there, that through there. Let's run a line straight through there and straight through there. And now everything has power, which is good. So we'll run things, and I'm going to go ahead and decorate now because that's kind of what I do. Now this backside is not actually going to have any junipers, which is fair enough, I suppose. This side here is going to have the yellow plants. This bit in here is going to have the yellow plants as well, as will all of this. We'll do the red ones back there by the doors, and then it'll be the purple ones at the corners. I think this looks okay. I think this looks kind of nice. I wasn't really expecting to detail this thing as much as I have here, but I kind of like it. I really do. I think that looks pretty solid, and it's gonna hopefully do what I wanted it to do, which is just be a massive draw for everybody. And it is also going to give us a good amount of staff as well, I would imagine, into each of those spaces. So speaking of staff, let me go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get 15 more janitors just to try and keep the place nice and clean. And we'll speed things up and just see what happens. We have people going to the supermarkets. We have people going about everywhere. We've got a lot of people complaining. It seems to mostly be about garbage. So hopefully that gets cleaned up with the addition of all those new janitors. And it looks like we're, well, yeah, paper lying around everywhere. That's, yeah, it'll get cleaned up. We got a janitor right there doing his thing. It's just, I don't think they clean per area. I think they clean based on, I don't know. I've actually got no idea how the janitors clean. It seems to be completely random. But while all this is going on, let's go ahead and have a look at R&D, because honestly, this is something we need to be dealing with. So we got some benches, we got some planters. I actually want to go ahead and get some details. So we'll start researching that, and we'll see how that goes. And it is probably going to take a minute to get through and research everything, but I'm actually really pleased with this. This works the way I wanted it to. It has that vibe of these all being different little shop fronts, and that's something I like. And then you go back here, and this is going to be your way up to the whatever, essentially. So this entire floor up here is probably going to get taken up by more things. And I know that's very, very descriptive of me, but it's likely going to be the case that up here is going to be more traditional in terms of being a tower. So we're going to have the entertainment space here for sure. But then these hallways back here are more than likely going to connect up to other services because they're going to have to. And then going up through the tower, eventually the idea would be that, you know, these elevators here will technically... Oh, they're going to have to connect up here, aren't they? Okay. That's going to be a little bit weird. But these elevators on this side will only go so far. And you know what? Actually, let's do this. And let's just put those elevators in here. Just so access to this upper floor is that little bit easier. And I guess what we do is we'll put this here. And we'll at least put some hallways around this. Because my thinking is we're probably going to reserve maybe 3 floors for services. And then everything beyond that is going to be for offices, storage, and apartments. So these 3 floors right here will all be for the services. And I think that's fine. I think that's pretty good. And honestly, I'm kind of pleased with how this is looking. And it is getting cleaned up a little bit, which is beautiful news. So let's go ahead and honestly, let's just go straight for R&D level 4 so that we can start going in and getting more gardening stuff. And we can also get parking lots as well as medium storage rooms, dormitories, server rooms, and a clothing store. And I think getting some clothing stores in here will be kind of cool. Now, why are we losing so many people? The floor is disgusting. There's no janitors. There's paper everywhere. Okay. So this is kind of interesting that we're losing so many people so rapidly. I've actually seen this happen before. So I'm not super stressed about it because what seems to happen is everyone leaves and then everyone starts coming back. So I'm not really too worried about what's going on. In terms of money, we are minus 44 right now, but it seems like a lot of that's just the construction stuff. It does seem like we're making money, so I'm not really too worried about it. I am wondering if we need more janitors though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we should have just an absolute, yeah, we have so many janitors. Hopefully that helps to keep things cleaner. It does seem like most of the garbage is outside though, and they are cleaning it, so yeah, they'll get there. It's just going to take a minute. Now, back to R&D. We have managed to get R&D level 4. Let's go straight into rooms and try and get that. And I guess that means we're going to be going into medium storage. The large dormitories, we're probably going to skip those. The server room, I imagine, is potentially for research and development. I'm not really sure, but I do want the clothing store. I think that's going to be a pretty big deal. I think that's going to be a really, really good thing to have. But that's going to be something we get our hands on in the next episode, because this one's gone on for a little bit longer than I thought it would. But I'm really, really pleased with how this is looking. I'm really pleased with how this is looking. Let's just go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more firefighters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more engineers, just to try and get everything fixed. And yeah, we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. If you have any suggestions for things you'd like to see me build in this, do let me know in the comments below, but that is going to be it. Thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.